Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be starting this new monthly series that I'm hoping to do. Basically at the end of every month, so right now it's July going into August, so at the end of July right now I am going to go book shopping on my shelves and pick about 20 books, maybe a little less, maybe a little more some months, of what books sound like, what books I'm the most in the mood for, because I am very much a mood reader, but I do want to continue my game. And we made some changes to the game where I don't have to pick a book every single time. I can give options and then just fulfill the prompt. Obviously for things like hubby pick, he is only going to pick one. Mom pick, she's only going to pick one. Friend pick, they're only going to pick one. Doggo pick, they're only going to pick one each. But for the ones that I have control over, I can really pick any book that fits that prompt. But I thought before we played our game, I would just go shopping on my shelves and pick. This time I have 21 books that I'm just really in the mood to read. Like if I were to pick a book right now and start reading it, it could be any of these. I have noticed a theme. I apparently want to read thrillers a lot. So I'm actually going to set these into different piles based on genre. So we'll end over on that side. And I'm going to start with my horror novels. I have 2 of them that I could really see myself reading at any point. The first one is Sign Here by Claudia Lux. This follows this man by the name of Payet, and he works on the 2nd floor of hell, but he wants a promotion, and if he gets that promotion, then he will then be upgraded to like the 14th floor of hell. All he has to do is convince any member of whatever wealthy family, to sell their soul to him. And I have read the first chapter, and it's very funny horror. It's like have you ever watched Deadpool? And you know how Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool stops mid-action to look at the camera and start talking to you and bringing you in? Yeah. He does that. Payet does that in Sign Here. And it's just so fun. It's just a lot of fun. So that is book number 1. Book number 2 that I'm thinking of is one that's gonna break my heart in half. So I do really want to read this. I'm very, very intrigued in this book, but it's also gonna emotionally damage me. So for the second book is The Devil Takes You Home by Gabino Iglesias. So this follows this man named Mario, whose 4-year-old daughter has acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I had acute lymphoblastic leukemia when I was 5. And this is the story of like how him and his wife are not getting along anymore. They're stressed out because, well, they have a sick daughter, but more than that, they can't pay their bills because they can't hardly afford the chemotherapy for their daughter to fight off this cancer. So Mario decides that he is going to become a hitman. So he goes into the field of hitman, and creepy things start happening. So I'm so excited for this, but I don't know if I could ever be emotionally ready for this in my life, but it is one that I really want to read. Alright, then I'm just going to go through the other books that are here. There's one book for each genre. So for nonfiction this month, I'm going to try and get The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish on my TBR because I love Tiffany Haddish. She's hilarious. So I think her memoir might be hilarious. And for some reason, I just really love celebrity memoirs. So we're going to go with that. Then I have I don't know, it says it's contemporary, but I think it's like magical realism or fantasy. But it's The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. It is a bookish book. So this woman named Lucy has lived a life of loneliness. She's like not very happy with her life. The only place that she's happy is in the books that she reads. One of those books is called Clock Island, and the author of Clock Island kind of stopped writing for a long time, just in the middle of the Clock Island series. And now the author is back, but with a twist. The author is offering one lucky winner to get like a bunch of money, but they have to go to his mansion and there's some kind of game, and I'm intrigued by it. Plus, I mean, look at that cover. That is beautiful. But I'm just really intrigued. Then one of my goals in 2023 was to finish more series and not be afraid of them. I've been terrified of this series for a long time, but I didn't own it, and I used that as an excuse not to finish this series. But it's time. I found A Dog's Promise by W. Bruce Cameron at my local thrift store. It's the third book in A Dog's Promise, or A Dog's Purpose series, and I love this series full-heartedly. Both the first and the second book in the series broke my heart incredibly. So I'm thinking this is gonna break my heart again, but I have no more excuses. I finally own it. So let's get ready for some heartbreak. Alright, then changing tones a lot, going from heartbreak to romance. Let's put The Wedding Ringer by Carrie Ray on this. It's not even a tentative TBR, it's just my most anticipated books. And based on these books, I mean, these are the ones that I'm going to try to get on my TBR. But, you know, if I can't, then I can't. Then at least I'll have a shelf with the ones that I'm super excited for in the moment, and I think I'll just update it every month. But The Wedding Ringer is a rom-com that follows Willa, whose fiance, she catches her fiance in bed with her best friend, and so clearly they break up, and she doesn't want anything to do with that best friend anymore. And she has something happen at work, and I think she gets fired, but then she starts going to kid parties as a clown. And someone at one of those parties hires her as a fake bridesmaid. And I think that at the wedding she finds a love interest, and I think it's just going to be really cute. It's like fake dating, but not fake dating. It's just fake bridesmaid, and that sounds so fun. Then I have zero idea what this book is about, but I know a couple years ago it was really, really hyped on BookTube. Everybody was reading this and loving it. I'm not gonna really see what it's about, but it's The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Macri. If you've read it, I'm happy for you. I thought it was a poetry book, but I'm not entirely sure. I have zero ideas what this is about. I just know that when it was hyped a couple years ago, I really wanted to read it, and I feel like I missed out. So now here it is on there. Now the rest of these are thrillers, so I think I have them separated by, I do have them separated. So we're just gonna talk about these thrillers, then I have domestic thrillers, and then like suburban thrillers. I don't know if that's a real subgenre, but I'm making it one. So we have The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is Riley Sager's newest thriller, and it's about this girl named Lenora. It follows Lenora, who is said in 1928 that she killed her entire family, and now it's like 20 years. No. The murders took place in 1928. In 1983, now Lenora is bedridden, and she can't talk because of seizures. But she wants to tell her nurse. Because of strokes. So she can't talk because of strokes. But she wants to tell her nurse exactly what happened. She wants to finally talk about it. So I think it's going to be like dual timeline, where one chapter is going to be in present day, and then the next chapter is going to be what Lenora is typing on her typewriter, because she can't talk, but she's communicating through the typewriter. And I just think it's going to be really good. I have high hopes for Riley Sager. Okay. Then we have Little Deaths by Emma Flint. This one's going to be an emotional thriller. It follows Ruth. It follows Ruth in Queens, New York in 1965, when she wakes up and she finds that her twin girls are gone, as in they've been kidnapped. And the police make a horrifying discovery. I'm thinking because the title says Little Deaths, that they find the bodies. Oh man, that one's gonna hurt me to read. Then I have Spare Room by Deidre St. Mitchell. This follows Lisa, who is renting a room from this wealthy couple. And when she's cleaning up one day, she finds this suicide note from some man that she suspects has lived in that room before her. So she brought it to their attention, like her landlords, the wealthy couple that lives there. She brought it to their attention. They're like, oh no, honey, you're the first person that's ever rented this room from us. And then creepy things start happening, and she doesn't really think she can trust them anymore. Then we have My Husband's Wife by Jane Corey. To be honest with you, it's all about that title. Like, I don't know what this is about, but with a title like that, I just had to include it. Then we have The Ruining by Anna Collymore. This is the nanny trope in a thriller, which, like, every time I read that trope, I love it. So you follow Annie the nanny, who is going on vacation with the Cohens, who she is the nanny for. And then creepy things start to happen. Do you see a pattern yet? I hope you do. Okay, and then I have The Cage by Bonnie Kistler. This follows two women who are working late on a Sunday night at their office building when it's like 11 or 11:30 at night, and they're like, it's time to go home. So they both get into the same elevator, and they're on the 13th floor. They go down to the first floor, but it's not a smooth ride. The power goes out, they get stuck. One of them hyperventilates a little. They're both very anxious about this elevator ride, and when they get to the bottom, one of the women is dead. And the other woman said that she committed suicide. But was it suicide, or did this woman kill her? Yeah. Then I have these two, which are both stalker thrillers. So there's Watch the Girls by Jennifer Wolfe. This follows Liz, who is like the star of a reality TV show. She's always been watched because she's been in the TV industry her entire life. But then someone takes it too far and like watches her in real life. And then we have The Ninth Month by James Patterson and Richard DeLallo. In this, you follow Emily, who is 9 months pregnant, and she is certain that someone is stalking her, but she can't prove it, so the police don't believe her, so they can't do anything. But yeah, that's all that I know. Okay, then this last stack of books right here, I'm gonna go through. The first two are domestic thrillers, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. So there's Just Married by Kirsten Moglen. This is also an author that I have been told I'm going to love. I think she wrote The Arrangement, and that one is one that's talked about all the time, but this is the one that I got. And then Every Marriage Has Them, Lies, Lies, Lies by Adele Parks, another domestic thriller. And then we have 4 more books that are kind of similar in tone. I'm gonna be quite honest with you here. I wasn't gonna tell you this, but yeah, whatever. I want to read all 4 of these in a reading vlog. Hopefully. I know I'm still working on vlogging better or more often. But these 4 books are like suburban housewifey thrillers. So that's all that I know. I think most of them are murder mysteries, but it's usually like a woman or a family moves to the suburbs, and they don't really get along with their neighbors, and then someone dies. Sometimes you know who dies, sometimes you don't. But it's like more of a mystery than a thriller, I think. I don't know though, because I haven't really read this type of book before. I've been collecting them, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm hoping to do this kind of reading vlog very soon. So the first book is Cul de Sac by Joy Fielding. I'm not going to tell you anything else about these books because I think I just did tell you about them. Then The Hunting Wives by May Cobb, and to be honest with you, I should really read this soon. Gabby from Gabby Reads loved this book, and I know that shouldn't be a reason to buy it, but you know, I have a problem. Then I have Two Truths and a Lie by Maid Mitchell Moore. And The Whispers by Ashley Audrain. So, those are my most anticipated for the month of August. Hopefully I can get some of these on my August TBR. If you like this more chatty, chill, low-key video, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. We have some really cool stuff coming in August. So if you are new, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post. I will see you in the next video.